2024, this year, right? I had to redo that intro like 20 times. I don't even know if I'm saying year right anymore. Try saying year 10 times fast. That's besides the point. Peep game. I'm tired of y'all saying this year. You gotta recognize the pattern for real. Cause a lot of y'all already messed up this year, but you're just gonna try to fix it next year. It be a new year, different bot. New year, same imposter. A real player don't care what time of year it is because he been leveling up the moment he peep game. This be the favorite part of the year for a bot or an imposter. They treat this shit like double XP weekend. This the only time they get a little bit of XP before they cancel it and wait till the next year. If you a real player, you're not waiting for no special event. You're not waiting for the holiday. You're not waiting for the new year. If you don't know what a bot and an imposter is and a real player, go watch my last vid. If you could watch the whole vid in its entirety and come back to this, then you gotta be a real player because the bots and imposters, they can't do it. A bot might be able to do it, but they're gonna fall out. Let's see how many videos they can watch. Peep game though, it's not just about watching the video. You have to take action and level up. This where the real players be going messed up in the year because a lot of y'all have y'all resolutions or whatever you want to do, and even if you're not a bot and you actually follow through with it instead of giving up, you only focus on those specific things that you said. So whatever else needed to be resolved is automatically pushed a whole year back. A real player constantly got to be looking to level up. What can they do better? What do they need to fix? This year could be when you started leveling up, but y'all gotta get out of the habit of looking to the next year as a holiday because a lot of y'all like to get lazy because when that year start coming up, y'all start slacking like, oh yeah, next year I'ma start. A real player level up right now. Once you take back control from being a bot, I really don't want y'all to fall back in the loop because a lot of y'all think because you start leveling stuff up that you're a real player and then you fall back into the bot loop without even realizing it. That's why you still a bot. You gotta be consistent. The same way that you wait till the end of the year and you think about what needs to be done, a real player is always thinking that. Whether they do it weekly, daily, y'all gotta do it more frequent because too many people wait till the end of the year and then it gets pushed back a whole year. And then they forget about it and then do it the next year. Bots in a loop. Last video really break down how to take back control and tell yourself what to do. So when you get to that point that you can tell yourself what to do, make sure that you're actually telling yourself to do a decent amount. Don't get too comfortable because a lot of y'all will tell yourself to do something new, and then once you start doing that new thing, you'll have a lot of time. Even if you start doing that new thing more efficiently and you have extra time left over, you waste that time instead of telling yourself to do something else. Keep game, a lot of y'all only get certain stuff done because that's all you put your mind to. Say you tell yourself to get one thing done, right? A lot of y'all give yourself some slack because you know, well, I'm gonna get it done, so I'm gonna waste some time because I'm gonna still get it done. When you could be doing it the other way around and be like, let me get this done now and get something else done too. Get out of that this year mentality because a real player wanna level up regardless. Now they can look at how they did for the year, but they was leveling up in general and they just looked at what they're at. They checking their stats. This year, if you a bot, you getting left behind because I'm gonna put the game out there, but you really gotta seek it out. Watch my other videos. They putting you on game because if you don't seek out that other video and you a bot, you gonna stay a bot because I can't keep trying to drag the bots up with us because they don't want to be here. If you can't tell yourself, let me do this, and I have to try to convince you all the time, then you're gonna remain a bot. You gotta transition and tell yourself what to do. So now all the players is here telling themselves what to do, but you got to make sure that you're telling yourself the right things to do because you might build that discipline and be able to tell yourself this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do, but you gotta ask yourself, why am I doing that? Because a lot of y'all do things but don't even have a far plan. So what's the point of anything that you're doing right now? Make sure that what you're doing leads to where you want to go. Peep game, a lot of y'all don't make no plans far out and you're just doing things now. So even if you could tell yourself what to do, why are you doing it? Some of y'all are choosing the wrong career paths that you don't really want, or relying hard on a career to get you something that it simply can't get you. You really have to make a clear plan where you know what's gonna happen and why, and when you're gonna get where you want to get. I put another link in the description for the video that I'm talking about where you head in life and controlling how fast you get there. You always gotta look for what need to level up and have that self-awareness. Because even if you make the plan, you have to make sure that you're a high enough level to even enact that plan and that you can trust yourself with that plan. Once you become a player, you can always fall back in a loop or become an imposter. The imposters are the worst ones. The imposters lie to themselves, and that's what stopped them from leveling up what really need to be leveled up. And there's just players that was in control for a little bit, then they fall back into being a bot. You gotta check yourself often so you don't fall back into being a bot. I say really grade yourself at the end of each week. When you put your mind to something and you tell yourself what to do and you have it all written out, at the end of each week you grade yourself. Every day you should be making sure that you get everything done, but you should reevaluate your last week and really see if you was on game. You gotta be your own parent. You gotta, I say, come up with a system, like a reward system for certain things you do, not little tiny stuff. And even if you start off small and you give yourself a reward, don't keep giving yourself a reward for the small. You gotta make it bigger to keep getting those rewards and really punish yourself if you ever see that you're not peeping game. So that way you're already programming yourself to peep game or else. And the more and more you keep doing that often, all the time, you're constantly going to be on making sure that you stay consistent. And if you're a new player, the more and more you start leveling up all these little things, your discipline and making sure you're on point and all these other, whether you're getting rid of procrastination, things that you need to work on. That's why I say start with the self-awareness. You have to really look at yourself and question, what can I be doing better, or what can I cut out? Some of y'all have to stop doing things that you do right now, but the more and more you do that, it starts getting easier and you just start doing it, flowing. You really got to change your mentality and how you think and look at certain things, because if you can change your beliefs or your mindset, how you feel on certain things, if you start associating those things with bad, you'll get rid of them. You'll stop doing that because you don't even want to be that. Same way I call the imposters the worst one, I always check myself to make sure I won't ever turn into an imposter. And it could be just something that you do every day or something that you're not a fan of. If you start trying to look at it like it's really bad and you don't want that, you'll start naturally getting away from it. But you gotta be a real player though. You gotta transition because a bot get unmotivated when they tell themselves these things and they just feel bad because they know it's dumb. But a real player know what he need to do to work on and level himself up. The moment you settle for okay or something being just enough, that's when you set your limit and you'll never try to get past that because you'll be fine with okay or just enough. You have to view yourself as somebody who does better than that. It might be hard at first. You might not see yourself ever doing it. So that's where you have to peep game and find things that level that up so you even view yourself differently and have more faith and trust in yourself. Because if the problem's too big, that just means that you're not big enough because the next person, that's not even a problem to them. That's nothing because you have to grow bigger than the problem. And that's why I say no excuses because I feel like the excuses stop you from thinking harder. When you blame something else, that means that you have to change whatever that is in order to succeed. And a lot of times y'all can't control that other something. But if you put it on yourself and you change yourself, you'll find a way that you can still do it. You'll be thinking of things that you could do differently in order to get what you want. So it doesn't matter if that other thing is in the way because even with it there, you still find a way to get what you want done. A real player not gonna let that stop them. So if you a real player, just keep leveling up and peeping game. I got more than enough videos where even if you a bot, real player, or the imposters, the worst one, you can peep game if you really watch some videos. But you only gonna peep game if you tell yourself what it is and keep it a buck and then really try to level up. Best thing you can do as a player is stay away from the imposters, get away from the bots. Don't distract yourself because that's how a lot of players turn back into a bot. Too many distractions. Even if it's stuff on your phone, you might have to delete certain apps. Who knows? Unless you got the discipline to tell yourself and limit yourself. But you gotta stay leveling up though. You can't get too distracted out here. It don't matter if you're watching this video now, 5 years from now, I don't care. You gotta start taking action right now. Stop waiting for the new year. I've been dropping vids for y'all every single week. Keep in game. If y'all got any suggestions or some topics or anything y'all want me to make a video on, put it down in the comments. I'll make a video on all of them. Peep game though, lock in. The real players is locking in and leveling up. The imposters, I feel bad for you. I really do. And the bots, listen, y'all could break out of being a bot. Just don't turn into the imposter. Put your mind to it. Peep game.